What's up, everybody? Jason Allen, jasonallenonline.com. Hope everybody's doing well. Excuse me. Maybe I should have taken a drink before I started the podcast. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about this whole thing with Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate, I've brought up before on the podcast. He is polarizing. He does crack some off-color jokes. Some people find him offensive and repulsive, blah, blah, blah. I think he's hilarious. Overall, he has some good information. It's basically just telling people, young men in particular, to take personal responsibility and get your life in order. And I don't see a problem with that message. The way he delivers it, some people have a problem with it. So obviously, over the last couple days, he's been banned from Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And just recently, I don't think yesterday, but the day before, he got completely banned from YouTube. And he had quite a big channel over there, too. I think he had 2 channels that were pretty big channels that just got banned. So, number one, the banning doesn't really work the way the platforms think it does. It tends to bring more attention to these people. It also doesn't address the underlying cause of their content and why they're putting that content out and why that content is so attractive to people. Number 2, it's kind of interesting the reason why they ban people. I mean, oftentimes these people, their messages are just about, you could say this with Alex Jones, you could say this with Stefan Molyneux. There was a guy by the name of Roosh that also got banned. There's Gavin McInnes. There's a lot of people. They tend to have right-wing politics, and they tend to joke a lot. They tend to be offensive to be entertaining, I guess. I don't know. It's not for everybody. I understand that. But, the underlying message from all of these guys oftentimes is just personal responsibility. Take control of your own life. Don't allow government to take care of you. Nobody's going to save you but yourself. And I don't think that the powers that be, the people in power, the government, the big corporations that pull the strings of the government, I don't think they really like that message. I think that they like you to be under the thumb of their control. They like you to be dependent upon them. So when somebody comes along and gains traction by telling you to take responsibility for your own life and not rely on anybody else, I think that threatens them. So they start looking for any and all reasons to get rid of you. And I mean, definitely these people, they've given the platforms reasons. So it is what it is. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. That's beyond the scope of what I like to discuss on this podcast. I don't really like to get into politics and things of that nature. But if you listen to me long enough, I'm sure you could tell where I stand on things. But the big thing that I just wanted to remind everybody from a marketing standpoint is the importance of building your own list. The importance of, yes, getting on these platforms and building a following and building a tribe, an audience on these platforms, but moving those audiences off of that platform as soon as you can and building your own database, how important this is. And this is like a core tenet of marketing that has been taught since the days of SEO. I mean, literally for the last 20 years, since the first marketers got on Google and were running pay-per-click ads, and then Google had their big slap where they stopped running ads for network marketing opportunities and affiliate marketing opportunities. This is really when people learn this stuff. And like I said, it's like 15 to 20 years ago where people realized, like, oh, if you haven't built your own list, if you don't have your own database, you're screwed. But if you do have a big database, you're safe, you can survive, and you can at least find other avenues, other platforms to continue to build that database. And by the way, if you get your database big enough, and right now specifically I'm speaking about your email list, if you build your email list big enough, you don't even need another platform. You can just run things to your existing subscribers and incentivize them to share your content through their channels to continue to build. You can also do like email swaps with people where you send things to your list from them, and they send to their list on your behalf, so you can continue building. But initially, you need to use these platforms: YouTube, Google, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, et cetera, to build your your own list in order to have this power. And I think that Andrew Tate has done that. I think that he's going to be safe. I am on his email list, and basically, if you used to watch like his YouTube videos, he would always say to head over to his website. It was cobratate.com. You head over to his website, and there's different courses over there that you could buy. Also, there was a tab there where you could subscribe to his newsletter. I am a subscriber to his newsletter. I signed up for it long ago. I recommend you do the same. I recommend you signing up for everybody's newsletter just so you learn what to do. And he sends me emails every day. I still get emails from him every day, just like I get emails from other people that have been deplatformed every day. Now, a lot of people would argue that maybe he could have done a better job. He'd probably have more email subscribers if he'd set up more of like a Russell Brunson style funnel on his website where he gave something away of value, like a webinar or a video course or something like that on his website. And it was prominent. It was like, because what's prominent now is like his courses, like, here, check out this course, check out that course, blah, blah, blah. And maybe what he could have made more prominent was, here's this free giveaway, enter your email. And then, on the back end, he'd be selling his courses. A lot of people could make the argument that would be a better way to do things. I mean, this is basically like I said, Russell Brunson teaches this idea of driving people through a funnel and collecting the information. I'm sure he's doing all right, though. I'm sure he's not starving. So the bottom line is this: we may not be getting political here. We may not be saying things that could be taken out of context, taken like they're misogynist, sexist, racist, homophobic, things of that nature. The so-called reasons why these people in the past have gotten deplatformed. But they don't like marketing either. They don't like affiliate marketing. They don't like network marketing. And I'm speaking specifically about these major platforms. They don't like the idea of make money from home. If you've ever tried to run an ad on Facebook, you have to doctor up the language in order to get ads approved even. And then they look at your website that you're driving it to. The conspiracy theorist in me says they don't really like you. They don't like the idea of somebody being independent. They don't like the idea of people breaking away from the system, unplugging from the matrix, basically, and going their own way and learning how to be independent and free. They don't like that. They want as much control as possible. They want you to be dependent upon them as much as possible. And they have a certain level of power that you and we just can't really get around. And so we kind of have to play their game. But there are things that we can do to get us closer to our wish, our goal. And if you're listening to this, I mean, you should have your values and your goals should be aligned with mine. And that is, you're trying to unplug from being dependent upon somebody to have a lifestyle. You want to make money online. You want to be able to travel where you want to go and live how you want to live and not worry about a boss, not worry about a company, not worry about the government. You want to be free. And if that's not you, then I don't know what the hell you're listening to this for. You've got the wrong guy. If you just want to keep your job for the rest of your life and be an indentured servant to some corporation, some big entity that doesn't care about you, then I don't know what you're listening to this for. I want to break free, and I want to help as many other people as possible to break free. They don't like that. Facebook doesn't like that. Instagram doesn't like that. Twitter doesn't like that. YouTube doesn't like that. They don't like that. So the government, the federal government doesn't like that. So we have to kind of skirt around their rules, build our own database, build your own email list. I'm getting a little rambly here. I'm going a little long. But the point of this whole thing is something that you've already heard before, that we talk about all the time. You need to be building a list. Yes, you need to focus on, I recommend focusing on one platform that you're going to build out and really build an audience with, whether that's YouTubing or blogging, or like in my case, podcasting. And you put all of your energy and focus and attention into getting that, in my case, the podcast, as many listeners as possible. But I'm trying to get people onto my own email list. Every single episode, I mention my website in the beginning, jasonallenonline.com. And at the end, I say, hey, head over to jasonallenonline.com for the number one way to make a full-time living online, for free training, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is what we're doing constantly. We're trying to build a list or own database. That way, one day when I say the wrong thing, quote unquote, whatever the platform doesn't like, and they decide to delete my podcast, they decide to delete my show, I still have an audience. I've got that email list, and I can email them and say, hey, here's what happened. I'm setting up my own show, my own thing on my own platform. Head on to over here, and I'll be able to do that because I'm consistently building my own list every day. This is what you need to be doing, guys. Again, just another example of why you need to be doing this. So focus on one platform, build it up as much as possible. Tell people at the end of every episode, at the beginning of every episode, to go over to your URL, give them something of value at that URL in exchange for their email address. Email them daily so they get used to seeing you in their inbox. And then if and when the slap comes for you, you're covered. That's it. That's all I got for you today. I hope this helps. I hope this adds some value. If it does, please share it with others. And again, head over to jasonallenonline.com. I've got some free resources over there, some free training, and I will show you the number one way I recommend to get started to learn all of this stuff, how to make a full-time living online so that you can unplug, you can be free, you don't have to be dependent on a job, the government. You don't have to stay in the one place that you may or may not like to be in. You could get up and you can move somewhere else. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Talk soon, guys.